Hey guys, figured I'd make a quick video. I just left the hospital to very disappointing test results and shit with x-rays, but figured I'd just make this video real quick to give some sort of comment because I'm about to pop a bunch of painkillers and get very loopy, so I don't know if I can edit for a while. DareDevil! Finished it a couple days ago. Thank you everybody that joined the stream. It was really cool. I enjoyed it. I wish Ustream actually archived those reactions and we just kind of would upload those. I don't know, but people fucking bitched about the quality of my live stream reactions in the past, so maybe it's a good idea. Those aren't available. Let me tell you, in short, because let me do it now while it's still fresh in my mind. DareDevil was a strong show. It started off really strong, and I can see the benefits of doing a binge, so to speak, because DareDevil, I think, is one of those shows that actually require more of a binge opposed to seeing it weekly, because I was watching, it started off so strong, but it just drained so badly in the last couple of episodes leading into the season finale. It was just so slow, and I think one of the reasons it was so slow is because unlike something like Game of Thrones where somebody knows something about somebody else, and it's kind of like, or any sort of spy movie or suspense movie, DareDevil had certain assets where people knew certain things and you were just screaming at the TV like, why don't you just tell him what happened? Just do it, right? Oh my god. And then the way they kind of set up the season finale, especially with the reveal of Daredevil's final costume, that element was already in the first a few episodes back. So it was a little frustrating to kind of be like, okay, get it over with, just show it. And then when they finally showed it, the costume, it was covered by light and by shadows a lot, and it was like, okay, that wasn't the best idea or whatever, right? And the thing about it, and I think that was the other disappointing thing, I think most people would agree, is that the final fight scene between the Kingpin and DareDevil was very underwhelming. Just, you kind of expect it more, and I don't know if that's because of the budget issues or what have you not. Just the way it all sort of wrapped up, it didn't really leave much to the excitement and the imagination, the excitement that your imagination could produce, so to speak. Teasers, teasers for the next season or anything like that. One of the things I was kind of disappointed in is I felt the show kind of started to drag on and not really go anywhere. Like a lot of filler episodes when Stick, Matt Murdock's sort of sensei, when he left the show, and that was the last we ever saw of him, and he was talking to some dude meditating or something. I felt that was going to be the direction that the show was going to go, have a little more or tease more of that to go. And when he was fighting, I believe his name was Masao, but the guy in the suit, the kind of ninja or whatever, it was a great episode, but it just felt like there was always something. The hand, because they're talking about the hand, you thought more was going to happen after that, and it just kind of came down to just the Kingpin's shady words. This part I thought was really funny, only because of the fact that there were lawyers involved, and it was like somebody's word in what they do, the Kingpin, or Wilson Fisk, against the truth, the search for the truth. Basically, they could have just called it the dawn of truth, or the age of finding the truth. And then these issues with okay, don't print it in the paper, put it on the internet. Okay, well, I actually thought that was a really great comment by the Wilson Fisk about how people don't care about the truth anymore, and people gloss over the truth because they're too busy staring at cats or Vine videos or whatever, right? That's what's popular, so people don't want to hear the real truth. And I thought that was very interesting how that reflected upon like a lot of things going on. So I thought that was a very good point, a good speech in that self. And I thought that was actually one of my favorite scenes of the whole entire series, the way that was shot. The way the light started to get darker and darker, the scene got darker as Wilson Fisk started to like really turn into that rage monster, so to speak. But overall, I mean, it was a good first half of the season. I just felt it could have been wrapped up a little bit better, and now I understand why a lot of people binged on that. I think I understand why Netflix put it out that particular way. But you know, some of us have a lot of other things to do, so I can't binge like that. But I'm glad I'm fine. I'm glad it's over, if anything. I'm glad it's over, that I'm done doing it. I don't know if I will start. I like Arrow and things like that. I think I'm going to be a little more choosy about the sort of things that I react to and sit down and edit and whatever, because I think that's also a bigger problem in the near future, is when Flash starts up and all those other things. Like, maybe I'll start recording them but just not upload every episode, so to speak. It takes a lot of time, so, and maybe I could have enjoyed DareDevil a little bit better when there isn't like that. So somebody on the live stream also mentioned that might be an issue for me, because those show, like, I felt this weird sense of responsibility to be entertaining while watching the show during doing the live stream. So sometimes maybe that's why the show felt kind of slow for me, because I couldn't really, like, I was too busy worrying about the crowd, you know, 100 people watching me watch a slow episode. Do you guys know what I mean? So that it makes it a little bit difficult, like the same way like a sportscaster is watching a slow game or something but needs to feed, or when you're watching a slow wrestling match, the way the announcers need to try to think of something to hype it up, so to speak. I think that was kind of an issue as well, as I couldn't, like, people in my private life have mentioned this before, that it's sometimes doing reactions or recording reactions ruin your experience for the show, because the demand or the request is so great for you to look at things that you can't really look at it like a normal person anymore. Very interesting. But anyways, looking forward to season 2, and especially that dude, I don't know his name, John something, but we call him Shane, as Punisher. We'll see what's up. Okay, so I will get the reactions up sooner than later, I hope. But I just wanted to give you that review of DareDevil. Alright, peace, guys. Oh, and by the way, let me know what you thought about the show. Like, did you feel like it dragged on toward the end and things like that? What was your favorite moment? Mine for sure was the goddamn car door. That, like, some of that was really cool. I liked a lot of the Batman Begin elements as well. Like, I noticed, I mean, obviously the inspiration for both was taken from Frank Miller, when Frank Miller was doing a good Batman. We're not talking about the Dark Knight Returns, but the Year One, things like that. So I like those issues. I like those elements that were put into it. I really like Mao, Mao, the Chinese lady. I really wanted to know where she was going and how we will not speak again. I really want to know more about her, but from what the Red Dread Nation has told me, there's more going on. Like, there'll be things. Whatever she's connected to will pop up more in season 2, apparently. And Iron Fist as well. That dragon logo is very evident that there's an Iron Fist connection there. When she said she's going somewhere a lot further than China, I was like, Japan? Alright guys, let me know what you think below. It's time to go on a little happy ride. No pain. Painkiller. Like Daredevil, just stitch me up. Ah.